finances, I don't know if you know, but went into banking as well. I worked at Deutsche Bank for about a year as an M&A analyst. The hours weren't so kind. The people weren't so kind either. So I started to move quite quickly, and you know, something that always interested me was media, TV. So I moved to Endemol Shine, which is a newly formed entity of Endemol and Shine, they merge. And I work there as a corporate development analyst, so I do M&A there as well. I also do digital strategy, trying to move the company away from more traditional TV into the more digital space, basically. As a quick background. Yeah, I think my thinking was, you know, I wanted to move into something that was different, basically, and fun.
Who's doing something which relates to what they studied at university here right now? Brilliant. 3, 4, okay, 5. Okay, good. So, and out of the proportion, that's quite low, which figures. I think I've probably got what you describe as like a portfolio career, which means I've got no fucking idea. I'm not sure I've moved around a lot of different things. So I started off working in theatre. I used to be a street clown for quite a few years in Busker. That was all right. Then I started to work in. What I really figured is, if you want to change the world, you've got to figure out what your mechanism is to do that, and that's, I imagine, probably what a lot of people are interested in one way or another, right? So, I started to do a lot of work with theatre, applied theatre, did that in China and India for a bit. Then I kind of started to understand that you need to work in systems. So I worked in the probation service for a while in prisons, doing that kind of the same sort of work. Then moved into research, because if you want to change things on the ground, that's all good. You need to have a higher perspective, right? You need to be able to see the land before in front of you. So I went into research, and currently I work for an organisation called CAST. We do 2 things. We work with not-for-profits to help them use tech more effectively. We also work with social startups. So startups who are trying to change the world using technology and help them grow, specifically over the gap that happens when you get out of an accelerator and you go, this is awesome, and then you kind of fall into this massive chasm, valley of death, however you want to call it. How do we get people over that gap and into scaling? That's really what a lot of CAST mission is about.
Just to get an idea, how many of you guys actually tech background? Awesome. So I did a physics degree at university, got into sort of front-end development in the e-commerce space, then also a software company for a little while, then sort of worked with my own startups, and then got into sort of electrification, and now I'm working at a company called Geniac. Many of you know Geniac? Oh, GT. Oh, awesome. So Geniac are essentially, the way I look at it, they're trying to automate the professional services space, challenging people like KPMG, PwC, Deloitte, where we're trying to automate processes, save small and medium-sized enterprises at a time. So we take care of your accounting, HR, legal, and finance needs. So my specialist is there. I'm a CRM specialist. Are any of you familiar with Salesforce? So it's an Internet of Things sort of platform, looking at hopefully just really optimizing the customer journey. So that's what I do. So CRM strategy at Geniac.
Brilliant. So I guess in terms of your careers and when you first started to where you are now, where you want to be, how has tech, innovation within your company, or just generally shaped and changed the way your career has kind of progressed and your idea in terms of what you want to do next?
So the thing I do at KPMG at the moment is financial modelling. So back in the day, financial modelling used to be spreadsheets, Excel, and everyone loved that. But the problem is, we've got a bit bored of that, and they want something a bit different. So that's really affected us, because if we want to stand out in the market, we need to be offering stuff that other people can't do. A lot of people now can use Excel, everyone can build a spreadsheet. They might not be as good as the stuff that we build, but basically everyone can build a spreadsheet. So you start looking into different areas. So one area my company's gone down is a lot into the data route, so doing a lot of data analytics. So the question is, well, if we've got a really big data set, what kind of tools can you use to analyse that? You know, Excel's got 1 million rows, that might not be enough. So it's then about what kind of different platforms we bring together to be able to analyse this kind of data set. And then once you've got this big data to analyse, you want to really put that in the hands of people who make decisions. So then it's a case of, okay, so if I go some percentages and graphs, that's going to be a bit boring. How can I actually make this data really come alive to people so that the people who are making these decisions understand what they're looking at, are excited by it, and then want to do stuff with it. So we work with a lot of what's called data visualization platforms, so things like ClickView and Tableau, which you might have heard of, but they basically let people do stuff within the platform that otherwise you need to spend a lot of time in Excel. So, for example, you've got a pie chart, and it's got number of different segments, and then you want to know what's in each of those segments, or you click on something, and then it shows you a breakdown of the segment. But it's really a way of like guiding people through the data story and helping to see that level of granularity that you might not ordinarily see through Excel. Once you're something in Excel, you have to build a whole load of stuff to get those breakdowns there, and it wouldn't be interactive, it wouldn't be fun, it wouldn't be exciting. So I think that's really been a massive change for us, that we've found people that are really excited about this, like I like to get excited, so we then had to get people learning how to do this, various bits of presentation, and it's really been a massive game changer for us in terms of what we're offering to clients, the kind of work that we can do, and the sort of kind of skill set that we then look for, and the kind of skill set that our graduates develop.
Yeah, so I work in TV, so as you can imagine, it's moved a fair amount in the last, let's say, 5 years. Traditional TV itself is obviously declining through various platforms, Netflix, Amazon Prime, you name it basically, it's on your laptop now, it's happening on TV. I think one of the issues is that TV in general is rooted in its culture. People don't want to move over to the digital side, mainly because it's margins. You're not looking at the same margins you are on digital side as you are on TV. It's just not possible, unfortunately. Adverts, ad blockers, and all that kind of stuff, you're just not getting it on the digital side. And apart from that, you can't get the same kind of data out from a production company anyway. You can't get the same kind of data out when you put something on a digital platform like Netflix or Amazon. You can't see who's watching it, you don't know when they're watching it. You pretty much don't know anything apart from the fact that it's on there. Whereas when you look at TV, you can get those rating backs, those overnights, or it's a lot of it centers around the research that we do after the show's actually gone out. Because then we can come back and say you should do a second season, you should do a third season, or you should do it internationally because it's doing so well here. You can't do that with Netflix. It puts your negotiation skills basically down the toilet pretty much. You can't really provide anything on our side anyway. So